That's what I want to show you. Now, let's go back. So this isn't something new, friend. Now, we went here and we were saying, hey, because of the transgression, an army was given. God gave the enemy an army. He gave Nebuchadnezzar the greatest army that had ever walked the planet. He was the head of gold. All right. And now, after he did all of that, he did the same thing with Nebuchadnezzar. Because of Israel's transgression, they were polluting the offering, the sacrifices, right here, the daily sacrifices. God shut it down. God shut it down with Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon, according to Habakkuk and the rest of the prophets. And God shut it down right here, according to Daniel. And this is again after Malachi, in between the Old Testament and the New Testament, when this took place. God shut it down again. Nebuchadnezzar prospered after he did it. This guy prospered after he did it. He prospered for a little while, almost the same amount of time. Nebuchadnezzar ruled maybe his kingdom another 100-something years before the Persians overtook them, the Medes and Persians. And this guy prospered for a period of time until Judas Maccabee, the hammer, overtook him and brought back the sanctuary. Okay, now this same thing that happens with Satan, prospered for a little while, happened with Cain, prospered for a little while, happened with Nimrod, prospered for a little while, happened with AntiChrist. Right here. Look at the next one. The worst man that has ever and will ever walk the face of the planet is this man right here, the beast. The second worst is his counterpart, the false prophet. All right. Moses said that there will be a prophet like unto God, like unto him, that God was raised up for his people. And this is what he said in Deuteronomy 18. The Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet like me from your midst, from your brethren, him you shall hear. Now, you say, a prophet? Moses was a prophet? Of course he was a prophet. Jesus was also a prophet. All right? So that's who he's talking about. This is why they asked John the Baptist this question. So when you go over here to the Gospels, you hear the Pharisees come and they ask John the Baptist this very same question right here. So look at this. This is John chapter 1. Look at what they said. Now, this is the testimony of John, John the Baptist, not John the one that's writing the book, John the Baptist. When the Jews, the chief priests. So when they say the Jews, talking about the elders, the Sanhedrin, and the chief priests, sent other priests, the Levites, and Levites from, now, you say, I thought the priests were Levites. They are. So you have 3 sets of Levites that got brought to do the service in the temple and in the tabernacle. So that's what they're making reference to. Both groups, the Jews, the priests, and the Levites, are all from the tribe Levi. So they're all Levites. But people from the Kohenites and the other groups that had to carry certain articles in the tent and all that stuff, they weren't priests that actually did service inside the temple. That's the difference, folks. That's all. From Jerusalem to ask John, who are you? He confessed, John confessed, and did not deny, I am not the Christ. Then they asked, what then? Are you Elijah? Where did you get that from? That came from the book of Malachi, where Malachi said that before God comes back, he's going to send Elijah the prophet. So that's why they asked him. So they were questioning him, trying to find out from what biblical book is he coming? Because it's been 400 years since somebody came as a prophet before the people of Israel. He says to them, no, I'm not Elijah that Malachi is talking about. I'm not. Now they ask him the next question. Are you the prophet? What prophet? The prophet Moses said. That's the questions that they asked him. And John said, no. All right. So then they asked him, who are you? Tell us. He says, I'm the voice of one crying in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord. That came from the prophet Isaiah. So that's who John identified himself. Now, Malachi also gave the same thing, a prophecy concerning John, but John, the Spirit of God, used the one that came out of Isaiah. All right. And that was in Malachi chapter 3. So that's what was going on. Now, we go back here, and what do we see? We see that Moses said that, and he's talking about the final course. Now watch. Jesus added to this prophecy, the one that I just read you concerning Moses in Deuteronomy. He says this, I do not receive honor from men. The beast and the false prophet receive honor from men, not from God. But I know you. How did he know him? Because he's God. He's telling them, I know what's inside of you, that you do not have the love of God. Where? Inside you.